Hello everyone, this is Mr. Mahmud here, helping you do better in maths by giving you tips and tricks and also going through maths revision on YouTube. This paper is based on the advanced information given by the exam boards. So I will always recommend have a go at the paper first and then go to the video to check your answers. Let's have a look at the first question. And by the way, best of luck with your exams. I know it's been a while since we did the GCSE exams in the summer, and I hope you all the best. So let's have a look at the first question. There are only red buttons, yellow buttons and the orange buttons in a jar. The number of red buttons to the number of yellow buttons and the number of orange buttons are in the ratio 7:49. Work out the percentage of the buttons in the jar are orange. So we know there are 9 orange. That's the orange ratio at the end. So 9 out of 7 plus 4 plus 9. The total ratio is 20. So 9 out of 20. Now we need to make it into a percentage, the fraction. So we can multiply the denominator by 5 and that will make the denominator out of 100 because we know percentage is out of 100. That means we need to times the numerator by 5 as well. 5 times 9 is 45. So 45 out of 100, which is 45%. So the answer is 45%. And this is worth 2 marks. Question 2. A shop sells pack of black pens, packs of red pens and packs of green pens. There are 2 pens in each pack of black pens, 5 pens in each pack of red pens, 6 pens in each pack of green pens. On a Monday, number of packs of black pens to the number of packs of red pens sold to the number of packs of green pens sold is 73:4. A total of 200 pens were sold. Work out the number of green pens sold. So we have the ratio 7:3:4. Now each pack has 6 green pens. We are interested in green pens, but in order to find the answer we need to also find out what the number of black and red pens are also. So 2 pens in each pack of black pens, so 7 packs sold. 7 times 2 is 14. We just multiplied that by 2 and that's where we get the 2 pens from in each pack. Each red pack has 5 pens, so 5 times 3, which is 15, times it by 5, and then 4 green packs, and each pack has 6 pens, so 4 times 6 is 24. Now, let's have a look how many in total we have. So 14 add 15 add 24, that gives us a total of 53. Now, a total of 212 pens were sold. So what do we need to times 53 by to get to 212? Or we can just divide 212 by 53. So I just multiply by, just do an estimate in your head. So 4 lots of 50s makes 200. So 4 times 53. 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 5 is 20, add the 1 is 221. So that gives us 212. That means we need to multiply the 24 by 4 as well. So let's multiply this by 4. And that gives us an answer of 4 times 4 is 16, 4 times 2 is 8, add 1 is 9, 96. And we are only interested in the number of green pens sold, so we don't need to work out any other pens, black or red, because we already found our answer. So the answer is number of green pens sold was 96. So let's write out the answer on the dotted line, and that's our answer. And this is worth 4 marks. A set of tyres normally costs £500. In a sale there is a 30% discount. Work out the sale price of the set of tyres. Now when it comes to this type of question, I always try to do a ratio table. It helps us understand better, so it helps you cut down all the timesing, dividing, all sorts of operations. and it's easy to see what's going on with your numbers. So it normally costs £500, and in the sale there's a 30% discount. Work out the sale price. So that means the price, normal price, and percentage. Let's write down the percentage at the top. So let's write the percentage at the top and the price at the bottom here. So normal price, which means the 100% price, which is £500. We're interested in 70% of the price because there's a 30% discount. So we can find out what 10% is. So divide 100 by 10. That means divide 500 by 10, which gives us 50. Now we are interested in 70% times by 7. That means you need to times by 50 by 7 as well. That gives us £350. So the answer is £350. And this is worth 3 marks. Question 4. A farmer has 20 boxes of eggs. There are 6 eggs in each box. Write as a ratio the number of eggs in 2 boxes to the total number of eggs. So 2 boxes to the total number of eggs. So 2 boxes, each box has 6 eggs. So 2 boxes will have 2 times 6, which is 12. And the total number of eggs will be, there are 20 boxes and each box has 6 eggs. That gives us 120 eggs. So the ratio is 12, 2 boxes eggs, which is 12, to the total number of eggs is 120. You need to write it as simplest form. Don't forget to simplify it. So divided by 12, 1, 2, 10. Because we divided both ratios by 12. That gives us an answer of 1, 2, 10. And this is worth 2 marks. By the way, if this video is helping you, please do give it a like and share with your friends so that they can benefit as well. Question 5. Ben and Lago have some identical packets. Ben has 20 of the packets. The total weight of Ben's packets is 32 kilograms. Lago has 25 of the packets. Work out the total weight of Lago's packets. Now there's a few different ways of doing this. I'm going to try and do it in the easiest possible way. So I'm going to draw a ratio table. And then we're going to write down packets. Just write P here. And the weight. So, in kilograms, so weight in kilograms. So packets, 20 packets. So Ben has 20 packets and it weighs 32 kilograms. But we're interested in finding 25 packets weight of 25 packets. So let's have a look, how can we get to 25 packets? So let's go 10 packets, let's go halfway. That gives us half a weight, which is 16 kilograms. Half it again. 5, which is 8 kilograms. Now we can easily go from 5 to 25, just need to multiply by 5, so 5 times 5, and then 8 times 5, which is 40 kilograms. So the answer is 40 kilograms. How easy was that? Did you like that? Give it a like. And this is worth 2 marks. Didn't need to do many operations, did we? We're going to do this question in the same way. So, y is proportional to x squared. When x is 5, y is 100. Work out the value of y when x equals 3. Let's do a ratio table. Okay. And then we need to write down, we have x here. Because y is proportional to x squared, so I'm going to write an x squared here as well. And then we're going to write down y at the bottom here. Now when x is 5, y is 100. So when x is 5, y is 100. That means x squared is going to be 5 squared, which is 25. So let's write down 25 here. Now we need to find what the constant is. You probably done it in a different way. I'll do it the other way as well, just to make sure for people who are used to the other way, you're writing the formula. So we need to find the constant, so we need to divide 100 by 25. So that will give us 100 divided by 25, which is 4. Now, work out the value of y when x equals 3. We need to get to 3. Now before we get to 3, we cannot directly go from 5 to 3. Let's go to 1 first. So that means we need to divide by 5. Get 1. To divide 25. So x is 1. So that gives us 1 squared, which is 1. Okay. And then need to multiply by the constant, which is 4. So times by 4. Because we did from 100 divided by 25 gave us 4. So we're going from top to bottom. We're going times by 4. Okay. So that gives us 4. Now let's go to 3, because this is what we're finding. X equals 3. So when x is 3, x squared is 9. 3 squared is 9. Then we're going to times it by 4. 4 times 9 is 36. So the answer is 36. The other way of doing it is by writing the formula. So we write y is directly proportional to kx squared. Y is equal to kx squared. Sorry, just gonna fix that. So y is directly proportional to x squared. So y equals kx squared. So when y is equal to 100, k times x squared, which is 5 squared. So this is going to help us to find the constant. So k is 100 divided by 5 squared. Let's carry on here. So 100 divided by 5 squared, which is 25. So 100 divided by 25 is 4. So k is equal to 4. Now find the value of y when x equals 3. So let's go back to the formula. Y equals kx squared. So y equals k is 4 times x is 3. This time 3 squared. 4 times 9, 3 squared is 9, which is 36. And that's the answer. Number 7, some fractions. Find the common denominator. It's 12. Sorry, 35. Not adding them. I almost made that mistake. So 35 is a common denominator. Because they're both prime numbers, I just multiplied them to find the common denominator. 7 times 5 is 35. So 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 7 is 35. So times by 7, which is 7. So that gives an answer of 17 over 35. That's the answer. Not 11, 17. And we cannot simplify this, so leave it as it is. Dividing fractions, always change the mixed number into improper fractions. 3 times 1 is 3, add the 2 is 5. 5 over 3, and times, and flip the fraction. Keep, flip, change, some people call it KFC. Easy way to remember it. Now multiply the top, which is 5 times 4 is 20. Multiply the denominator, which is 9. This question does not ask you to write it in the simplest form or give it in a mixed number. I will change it into mixed number anyway. 9 goes into 20 twice, 2 remainder, and denominator 9. So 2 and 2 nines is the answer. 2 marks and 2 marks for the previous question. Next, 1/3 plus 5 ninths. So 1/3 plus 5 ninths. We can see we can just multiply the 3 by 3 to get to a common denominator of 9. So multiply the numerator by 3 as well. That gives us 3 ninth plus 5 ninth. That gives us an answer of 8 ninth. And that's worth 2 marks. adding mixed numbers. You could change it into improper fraction, but you will end up with really big numbers on the numerator. So I would suggest just add the whole numbers together, 1 and 3 together. So 1 add 3, which is 4. If you are struggling with fractions, there is a video on fractions for operations, so adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing fractions, which I made a while ago. Please do check it out. I'll put the link in the description. Now we're left with 3/4 and half. Multiply the 2 by 2 and 1 by 2. That will give us a common denominator 4. So 3/4 added to 2/4, which is 5/4. And let's change it into mixed number. This is worth only 1 mark. Is it worth doing it? I'll go ahead and do it anyway, but in an exam I don't think there will be an expectation to change it into mixed number unless the question says it. So 4 goes into 5 once, 1/4, but it's good practice to change it. So 1 whole here, and we had the 4 here, so that will give us 5 and 1/4, and that's the final answer. Quite a bit of work for 1 mark. Next, work out 3/7 times by 28. 3/7 times by 28. Gonna divide 28 by 7. 4 times 3 is 12. So the answer is £12. Estimate the value of 19.89 times by 201.7. So let's round this to one significant figure. That gives us 5/over, so add 1, so that becomes 20. And that is 200. And that gives us an answer of 4,000. This answer. So the answer is 4,000. Always write your answer on the dotted line. That was 2, that was 2. 5 easy marks. Here are 4 fractions. Write these fractions in order of size. Start with the smallest fraction. So we need to make all the denominators same. So let's make the denominator same. I can see the biggest number is 24, so we're going to try and make all of them into 24. So times by 12 times by 12. That gives us 12/24. This is out of 24, leave as it is, and then times by 6, which is 18/24, and then times by 2, which is 10/24. Look at the numerator now, which has the smallest one. 10/24, which is 5/12, so 5/12 is the smallest. Oops, my pen is not working. 5/12 is the smallest, so I've done that one. Just give it a tick so that you don't repeat it. And good practice again. And next one is 12/24, which is half. Make sure you write down the original fractions. Half, not 1/12, half. These silly mistakes can be made anytime. Done that one. 17/24 stayed as it is, and then 3/4. And that's the answer. 2 marks. Next, work out 1/8 1/3. So changing to improper fraction first. 3 times 8 is 24, add 1 is 25/3. Times by 5, add 1, times 5 times 1 is 5, add 2 is 7/5. Now, when I get a question like this, I always try to simplify before multiplying the numerator and denominator. 5 goes into 25 5 times, and that's it. We can't simplify any further. So 35/3. In its simplest forms, I would change it into a mixed number as well. 3 goes into 35 11 times, 33, and then 2 remainder over 3. So 11 and 2/3, and that's the answer. 3 marks. Right, express 56 as a product of its prime factors. Now, this is a non-calculator paper. If this question comes up on a calculator paper, please do check out my calculator hacks video for GCSE Maths. Very useful, saves you a lot of time, especially the quadratic and graph one and the linear graph. Saves you plenty of time. 56, 2 numbers timed together gives us 56, 2 and 28. always circle the prime number, so you know when you write your final answer you need to just look for the circled numbers. 2 times 14, 2 times 7, and 7 is a prime number as well. I bet you know this question, but you know how to do this very well. Again, my pen playing up, so 2 times 2 times 2 times 7. Always double check. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 7 is 56, and 2 marks. Here are 4 numbers. Write these numbers in order of size. Start with the smallest number. I've got a feeling this is a calculated question. Might have put it by mistake. So, I don't think this is a non-calculated question, but why not go ahead and do it? Let's go ahead and do this. 0.43, we're going to change everything into a decimal. So 3 over 7. Let's do this here. So 3. So we're going to divide 3 by 7. 7 goes into 3 0 times. Put a decimal on, make it 30. 4, 28, 2 remainder. Put a 0 on. 7 times 2 is 14. 6 remainder. 60. 7 goes into 60. 8 times 56. 4 remainder. 40. Okay, we're going to stop here. 3 decimal place. So that is 0.428. So let's write it here. 0.428. 43.8 divided by 100, which is a percentage. So that will give us 0.438. And 16, 7 over 16. So 7 divided by 16. Oh god, this is going to be a long one by the looks of it. 0, 16 goes into 7 0 times. Point decimal, put a 0 on. 16 goes into 70. 5 times 16 is 80. And 4 times 16 is 64. Remainder 6, 60. 3 times 16 is 48. Remainder 12. 120. And 6, 7 times 16 is, let's do a bit of calculation here. 42, 7 times 1 is 7, add 4 is 11, 112, 8 remainder. We're going to stop here for 0.437. Okay, 0.437. We've got enough decimals there to compare them. So the smallest one is 0.42, which is 3 out of 7, 3 over 7. Write down the original form. So we've done this one. 0.43 is the next one, which is 0.43. And then we have 0.437, which is 7 over 16. And finally, 43.8%. That was long, with 2 marks. So I'm hoping it's a calculated question. Write down 0.0037 in standard form. So 0.0037, 1, 2, 3. Number has to be between 1 and 10. So that would be 3.7. I moved it 3 places to the right, times by 10 to the power of minus 3. 1 mark. Write down 4.9 times 10 to the power 4 as an ordinary number. So 449. So move the 1 power. So that will be 3 more zeros. 1, 2, 3. So 49,000 is the answer. 1 mark again. Work out the value of 500 divided by 250 times 10 to the power of 3. Okay, so this one, we can simplify it. 250 goes into 500 twice. So 2 divided by 1,000. So 2 divided by 1,000. Or you can just write down 2 times 10 to the power minus 3. Okay. I find it easier this way because I'm dividing by 10 cubes. So if you divide 2 by 1,000, 0.002. And change that into standard form again. 2 times 10 to the power of minus 3. This is long. All you can do from this step, just write down 2. And because it's dividing by 10 to the power of 3, that will become times 10 to the power of minus 3. Okay. That's the answer for this one. Make sure you write your answer in dotted line. 2 times 10 to the power of minus 3. 2 marks. Right, 0.000068 in standard form. So between 1 and 9, 6.8 times by 10 to the power of, how many times did you move it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double check again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Minus 5. 6.8 times 10 to the power of minus 5. 1 mark. Work out 0.06 times by 0.0003 over 0.01. Give your answer in standard form. So, first of all, let's make the bottom number into a whole number, into a 1, so that we can get rid of the denominator, because any number is over 1, always. So we need to times it by 100. 100, that will give us 1. So that means we need to times the numerator by 100 as well. So let's go ahead and do that. So 0.01 times by 100 is 1. So we don't need to write anything else, because every number has a 1 underneath it. So you multiply the top bit. So we have 0.06 and we're multiplying 0.0003 by 100. Decimal will, well, we're going to get 0.03. 0.03 here. Let's go ahead and multiply these two numbers now. What I usually do is times 6 by 3. Which is 18, and I look at how many decimal places we have. 1, 2, 0.00, 2 zeros. So the answer is 0.0018. So basically altogether we have 4 decimal places. Change your number into standard form now. So we move it 1, 2, 3. So it'll be 1.8 times 10 to the power of minus 3, and this is worth 3 marks. I hope I'm not going too fast. If I am, please go back and double check again. So next question, work out the value multiplying standard forms. So 9 times 3 is 27, not equal. 10 to the power of minus 4 times by 10 to the power of 7. So take away 4 times by 10 to the power of 7, take away 4 is 3. 10 to the power of 3. Now this is not standard form, so we need to divide by 10. So 2.7 times by, because we divide by 10, we add a power here to balance it out, to the power of 4. So the answer is 2.7 times by 10 to the power of 4. This is worth 2 marks. Next, a substitution question. So P is 4x plus 3y. So we're going to substitute x is 5. P equals 4 times 5. I usually use brackets when I times, because on a calculator when you type it in, well, obviously not a calculator paper, but when you do on a calculator, always good to put brackets on, just in case you have negatives. And we do have a negative here. 3 times minus 2. 4 times 5 is 20. Add minus 6. Plus and minus makes minus. 20 take away 6 is 14. So the answer is 14. 2 marks. By the way, you get 1 mark for just for substituting the values, even if you don't get the right answer. Expand 4e squared. 4e times e is 4e squared, and 4e times 2 is 8e. Solve 3m minus 12 equals 21. So I expanded the brackets. You can do it without expanding brackets as well. Add 12 on both sides. So 3m is equal to 21, 22, 23, 33. So m equals 11. The other way is divide both sides by 3. That is 7. So m minus 4 equals 7. Add 4 on both sides. So that gives us m equals 11. So the answer is 11. 2 marks. Another substitution question. 4 times by 5 added to 2 times by 3, which is 20. Add 2 times 3 is 6, which is 26. The answer is 26. 2 marks. Simplify. 5x plus x is 6x. 4y minus 7y is minus 3y. 6x minus 3y. 2 marks. Solve, divide by 7 both sides. X plus 2 equals 7 divided by 7 is 1, by the way. Minus 2 both sides, x is equal to minus 1. So x equals minus 1. 2 marks. 3y, there are no other y's, so let's leave it as 3y. 2x plus 5x is 7x. And minus 4 plus 7 is plus 3. And this is worth 1 mark. Factorize, put them in brackets. 2x is common, x minus 2. Expand the brackets to double check that you got the right answers. 2x times by x is 2x squared, and 2x times by minus 2 is minus 4x. And it is right. Always verify your answers. While you're in the exam, will give you the confidence. By the way, if this video is helping you, again, please do give it a like. Well, you can't like the same video twice, but please do share it. Leave a comment. How did it help you? How did your exam go? Please do let me know. Let other people know. Talk about it. Anyway, 11 take away 3 times x plus 2. 11 times by minus 3x minus 6. So we expanded the brackets. Now simplify it. 11 take away 6 is 5 minus 3x. There are no other x terms, so we can leave it as 5 minus 3x. So 5 minus 3x. And this is where 2 marks. Expand and simplify. I always recommend using grids because when you have negatives, it can get a bit confusing. So x minus 6, 3x plus 7. Work smarter, not harder. 3x times by x is 3x squared. 3x times by minus 6 is minus 18x. 7 times x is plus 7x. 7 times minus 6 is minus 42. Forgot to have my tea. It's getting cold now. Oh, that felt good. Anyway, let's simplify it now. 3x squared. Minus 18x and plus 7x is minus 11x, and then minus 42. Write your answer on the dotted line. Make it easier for the examiner to mark. A happier examiner, you never know, might give you a bonus. Not saying they will, but you want to keep the examiners happy. 5f take away f is 4f plus 2f is 6f. 2m times n, 2 times m times n times 8. 2 times 8 is 16 times by mn. 16mn. T squared plus t squared is t. I know what you're thinking. T to the power 4. No, it's not. It's 2 lots of t squared, so it'd be 2t squared. A lot of people make that mistake. Don't make that mistake. N is an integer. So we've got the inequality here. Write down the all possible values of n. So n is going to be, it can be greater than or equal to 2. So minus 2. So minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. And it's not, it's less than 3. So it cannot be 3. So leave it up to here. 2 marks. Solve. Let's get rid of the smaller x on both sides first. Let's write it out. It would be easier to see. So add x on both sides. 4 is less than 3x minus 5. Add 5 on both sides. 9 is less than 3x. That means divide by 3 and x 3 with both sides. So 3 is less than x, or x is greater than 3. So x is greater than 3. You can write it this way as well. X 3 less than x, or x greater than 3. 4 marks altogether, those two questions. A car travels for 18 minutes at an average speed of 72 kilometers per hour. How far will the car travel in these 18 minutes? Now, when it comes to this question, you can use the formula, but I am not a big supporter of formula, only because it's very hard to remember and always make mistakes when you rearrange them, and then it creates, well, just lose marks. So I'm going to use the ratio table. So we're going to have kilometers, and then we're going to have time here. Now 18 minutes at an average speed of 72 kilometers per hour. So in kilometers, 72. Let's write the time on the top. It'll be easier to understand. Okay, so let's quickly redraw our ratio table. So time, t, and distance in kilometers. Okay, let's write down time. Now 72 kilometers per hour. So 1 hour it travels 72 kilometers, and 1 hour we need to change it into minutes because the answer is saying how far will the car travel in 18 minutes. So 60 minutes. 60 minutes. My pen's playing up again. 60 minutes it travels 72, which is 1 hour. But we need to get to 18. How can we possibly get to 18? So let's go ahead and half it. Let's get close to 18, which is half of 72 is 36. Half it again, which is 18. And then could we possibly get to 3? Yes, we can do. We can divide 30 by 10. That gives us 3, because I know 15 out 3 will give us 18 minutes. And then, because we divide 30 by 10, so we just divide this by divided by 10. That means we divide this by 10 as well. 3.6. Now, 15 out 3 is 18 minutes, and 18 out 3.6 is 21.6 kilometers. So in 18 minutes, it travels 21.6 kilometers. How easy was that? I bet you haven't done a question like this way. Now 72 kilometers per hour is faster than 20 meters per second. Is David correct? So let's find out if David is correct. So we're going to have time and distance, and then it travels 20 meters per second. Okay, so 20 meters per second. So time, 1 second it travels 20 meters. So we need to get to an hour to find out whether it's more than or less than 72 in an hour. So let's do 60 seconds, which is 1 minute, and it travels, we times it by 60, so 60 times 20 is 1200. And then all I did is 6 times 2 and just added the 2 zeros, or 60 times 20 is 1200. And then 1 hour, 60 minutes is 1 hour. Sorry, that's 1 minute. So in 1 minute it travels 1200. So I'm writing 1 there just to make sure it's 1 minute. So that's 1 minute. Okay. 60 minutes makes an hour. So times 60 by 1200 again, which is 72,000. Okay, 72,000. So we found an hour. So 1 hour it travels 72,000 meters. Now 72,000 meters, change it into kilometers. We need to divide 72,000 by 1,000, because 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters, which is 72 kilometers. In 1 hour travels 72 kilometers. So is David correct? No, he's not, because 72 kilometers per hour is the same as 20 meters per second. Interesting. Okay, that's worth 4 marks. Next, question 25. The rectangular frame is made from 5 straight pieces of metal. The weight of the metal is 1.5 kilograms per meter. Work out the total weight of the metal in the frame. So it's a rectangular shape. So 12 is this, so this is 12 as well. So the opposite side is 5 meters as well. Only problem is we don't have the diagonal length, so we can use Pythagoras. So 12 squared plus 5 squared, and square root that. That gives us 144 plus 25. It's an on calculator question, by the way. So make sure you learn your square numbers. So 169, square root that, which is 13 meters. Now let's find the total length. This is 13 meters. So we add 12 plus 12, so those two, plus 5 plus 5, those two, plus 13. That gives us an answer of 24, 34, 37, 47 meters. Now each meter is 1.5 kilograms. So times 47 meters by 1.5. That gives us an answer of 47 times by 1 is 47. And half of 47 is 23.5. So 47, 50, 60, 70.5. Do some mental calculation. If you need to write it down, please do write it down for these calculations, so that you don't make any mistakes. That's worth 5 marks. Big question that. Reflect the shaded shape in the mirror line. So this point is here. I always count the squares, so from the mirror line. So this point is 2 squares away from the mirror line. So that would be 1, 2 squares away. Okay, so let me get rid of these lines so it's easier to see what's going on. This square is, this point is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go from there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 1, 2 up, so 1, 2 up here. And then that's it. Start joining them up. Please do use your ruler. And this green, I can't use a ruler. Not the best. And that's it. That's my shape. Okay. Enlargement is not on the list of topics, so I'm just going to skip that. Here is a different shape. Work out the size of angle X. This is 90 degrees. It's a quadrilateral, 4-sided shape, so we know it adds up to 360. So let's add 128, 90, and 37 together. So 128, 90, and 37. Column addition. We can go wrong with that. 8 plus 7 is 15, carry the 1, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, carry the 1, 1, and 2. 255 degrees and 360, take away 255 degrees. 10, borrow 1, left with 5, 10 take away 5 is 5. And then that would be 15, take away 5 is... Sometimes the simplest calculation gets the most difficult. Let's try this again. Okay, so 360 degrees take away 255. Okay, now 255, and that will give us 10. That gives us 5. 10 take away 5 is 5. Oh, that's what I did. 5 take away 5 is 0. It's the same number. Then 3 take away 2 is 1. 105 degrees. So X is 105 degrees. Write your answer in the dotted line. This one was 2 marks. Another reflection question. 2 squares away from this side. So there'll be 2 squares away from the mirror line. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 here. And then this one is here, 1 away. This point is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's start joining these points up. And this way you can never go wrong. There's a point here as well. And then that's it, facing the opposite way. This is worth 2 marks. That diagram shows a solid prism. On the grid, draw an accurate plan of the solid prism. Plan means from the top. So this is 2 across, 4 down. So let's do 2 across, 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's draw this bit. 5 across, again 4 down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across, 1, 2, 3, 4 down. And that's it. Again, use a ruler and pencil. If you make a mistake, you can rub it out. Don't use a pen. Once you've drawn it, that's it. 2 marks. Question 29, another angle question. Work out the missing angle A. So this 360 degrees around the point, so that would be 60 degrees. Give reasons. So the first reason is angle around the point add up to 360 degrees. That's our first point. Okay, I'm not writing them down, but make sure you write them down. 145, 180 take away 145. If you're not sure, do a column subtraction, or you can count up. 10 take away 5 is 5, 7 take away 4 is 3, so 35 degrees. Now angles in a triangle are to 180 degrees, that's another reason, and this reason is angles on a straight line are to 180 degrees. So 180, 60 add 35, which is 95, and take away from the total angle of a triangle, 180, take away 95, and that gives us an answer of 95 to 100 is 5, 80, 85 degrees. Does that sound about right? 85 degrees. Yeah, it does. Again, make sure you write down the reasons. Angles around a point is 360 degrees. Angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. Angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. All 3 reasons, and this is worth 4 marks. ABCDE is a regular pentagon. BCF and EDF are straight lines. EDF energy. Work out the size of the angle CFD. You must show how you got your answer. So we need to work out what this angle is, CFD. In order to do that, we need to work out what these 2 angles are. As always, good to go backwards. What you need to find. Well, to find this, what do you need? And in order to find those, what do you need to find? We need to find these. We know it's a polygon, 5-sided regular pentagon, and 5-sided shape. The angles are going to be 180 times by 3. Why did I times by 3? Because we can fit in 3 triangles in a pentagon, and each triangle is 180. Okay, so total angle size will be 180 times 3, 540 degrees. Divide that by 5 to find each individual angle. 540 divided by 5, which is 108 degrees. Do some mental maths. 500 divided by 5 is 100, and 40 divided by 5 is 8, 108. So this angle is 108. This is 108. So this one will be 180 take away 108. And that gives an answer of 72 degrees. So this angle is 72, this angle is 72. So these 2 add up to 72, add 72, which is 144. And then 180, because that's a triangle. 180 take away 144. So 144, 6 is 50, 6, 70, 36. So the answer is 36 degrees. And this is worth 3 marks. And we showed everything how we got our answer. Okay. This diagram shows a cuboid. Work out the volume of the cuboid. So volume you have to multiply the length, width and height. Double check the units are same, so you don't need to change any of the units. Okay. So 20 times by 5 times by 7, and that will give us 700. So 700 centimeters cubed. Write the correct unit in cubes. Okay, and this is worth 3 marks. Now, 2 more questions after that. I hope this is helping you. Make sure you go through other questions as well. Do some practice papers. Sanders has a water tank for storing rainwater, and this is a cylindrical shape. Tank is on the shape of a cylinder. Radius of the cylinder is 31 centimeters, and the height of the cylinder is 97.5. The tank is full of water. Work out an estimate for the volume of the water of the tank in the tank, give your answer in litres. It's an estimate question, non-calculator question. You must show you're working. And we got to use 1000 centimeters cubed is 1 litre. Now we need to work out the volume of the cylinder, because that's how much water we can fit in there, and it's an estimate. So to find the volume of cylinder, we need to work out the area cross sections. Area cross section, pi times 31 squared, then times it by the height, which is 97.5. Okay, now we need to use pi, which is 3.14. Pi is 3.14. Let's write it here. Saves us from writing it. So that will give us rounded to one significant figure, which is 31 squared. Now this one, we need to do 31 times by 31. So 31, let's write down 31 times by 31 times by 97.5. So 3 times 31 rounded to one significant figure is 30, and this is 30 as well, and this is going to be 100 rounded to one significant figure. And then let's multiply them now. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. Now, because we said 1000 centimeters cubed, 1 litre, divide it by 1000. I usually cross out the zeros. It's easy that way. Quicker. 270. So the answer is 270 litres. Next. Write down the exact value of cos 30. Best way to do is learn them. There are different ways of learning them. So that is root 3 over 2. Sine 30 is half. That's the easier one. This one, work out the value of x. It's a trick question. So label the sides first. So opposite, hypotenuse, and this is adjacent. Now adjacent is not involved. Let's cross it out. We know, use SOHCAHTOA, sine theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. So sine is 30 degrees, theta is 30, equals opposite is x, and h, hypotenuse is 12. So x is going to be 12 times sine 30, and sine 30 is half. We were given the value here. So x equals 12 times 0.5, which is 6. Half of 12 is 6, which is in centimeters. 6 centimeters. And this is where 2 marks, 3 marks altogether for this question. I hope this video helped you. If it did, please do give it a like and leave us a comment on how did your exam go. I will post a calculator paper, two calculator papers, maybe even more event maybe by that time, because we do have a big gap between the papers. And also, please do not forget to subscribe and also follow me on TikTok or on Instagram as well. We are posting short videos, and also we do post shorts on YouTube as well. And please do not forget to check out the calculator hacks video and other calculator paper videos before your 2 calculator exams. All the best, good luck, and I'll see you in the next video. Mr. Mahmud, helping you do better in maths.